Now when you taxi out onto a runway, you're going to find some big runway numbers painted on there. In this case, the number 27 for this runway. And what exactly do they mean? What they're telling you is basically the magnetic orientation of that runway to the nearest 10 degrees. So you would add a 0 onto whatever number you see there. The 27 stands for a runway that is oriented 270 degrees. You add a 0 onto the end for 270 degrees magnetic. So when you're sitting on that runway ready for takeoff, your compass should read pretty close to 270 degrees. Now, it's to the nearest 10 degrees, so your compass might read a little bit off of that. And basically, you're going to be headed pretty much west when you take off on that runway. On the test, the FAA may give you a runway with the numbers 9 and 27 on it. And what they're going to ask you is, what do those numbers mean? And what they mean is that this runway is oriented approximately 90 degrees. Add a 0 to the 9 for 90 degrees. On runway 9, you'd be taking off to the east. And this runway is oriented 270 degrees. Add a 0 to the 27 for 270. So that runway is oriented approximately 90 degrees and 270 degrees magnetic. That runway is oriented east-west, and that's relative to magnetic north. It's a magnetic direction because you've got a magnetic compass in the airplane. And you'll have a chance to check that compass against the runway number when you pull on the runway for takeoff.